Mode. Mode. Mode desiderato in cassa 4. Ehi! Aspetta che setto un attimo i volumi, parla. Oddio, malissimo, tutto bene? Ok, non ne parliamo, perfetto. Mi stavo pure a preoccupare che non c'eri. Non ti preoccupare, però ero preoccupata. Anche già è arrivata la notifica, guarda che velocità. E io mi sono fatta del cibo, giusto per cambiare. Una bella piadonza. Tanto ormai è il mio must have delle live, devo iniziare sempre mangiando. Allora, praticamente l'ultima volta qui eravamo rimasti che abbiamo scoperto insomma chi era il ladro, il corvo, era veramente il maggiordomo, come il peggio cliché. E adesso stiamo giocando praticamente nella parte dei ladri, per ricostruire i fatti. E siamo qui. E io mangio. Oh, ciao Xitrax, buonasera. Come va? Come? Sai che nome c'ha? Ci sto pensando molto intensamente. Mio Dio, non ricordo. Mm. Cosa cazzo stavo facendo alle 6? Non lo so. Ragazzi, grazie dei riscatti. Faccio subito. Grazie al mod del ringraziamento. Oh, scusami. Cioè, il mod ha riscattato. Avevo letto al contrario. Scusami, Xetrax. Grazie del ringraziamento, caro. E grazie anche al mod che ha riscattato un'altra volta. Bevo subito e prendo le pozze perché, pensandoci e ripensandoci, mi sa che non l'ho prese. E vabbè. Cioè, sono stata per troppo tempo brava, me le sono ricordate. Tra l'altro ho pure finito l'acqua. Ecco fatto, ragazzi. Si parte? Vediamo un po'. Sì, sono passati 5 minuti. No, come nuova partita. Ah, ecco. Come nuova partita? Mi stavo già spaventando. Ragazzi, comunque devo dire che la piadina come merenda tutti i giorni è qualcosa di divino. Ok, noi adesso stiamo giocando nei panni dell'apprendista, diciamo, ladro, ok? Quello che ha lavorato con il corvo per rubare gli occhi della Sfinge. Insomma, praticamente l'assistente del maggiordomo. In due parole. E vi ricordate la parte in cui eravamo il detective Zellner? Insomma, l'ispettore. No, non è nemmeno ispettore. Agente Zellner. E ci siamo ritrovati qui nella stiva. E abbiamo scoperto che nel baule c'era un tizio che ci ha tipo preso a manganellate con un tubo. Ebbene, siamo qui. Praticamente in questo momento.
I hope the dock workers have left the cargo hold. I better just take a peek. Or at least, I'd take a peek if it were possible to open it.
Allora, qui non si apre.
You'd probably have to pull a handle to unlock the trunk from the outside. No one thought about making it possible to open from the inside.
Ok, il baule effettivamente non si apre, quindi lui genio che non poteva usare le barche, no? Non poteva entrare dentro una lascialuppa come tutti i comuni mortali, capito? Non ti preoccupare, lo so, lo capisco, non ti devi manco scusare. Citrax dice comunque non competerà mai con Arsenio Lupin, Arsène Lupin. Lupin, Arsène Lupin, Arsène Lupin. Va bene? Meglio? No, però diciamo possiamo fare del nostro meglio. Allora, tasta nel buio. Bello, tasta nel buio. Potrebbe essere anche una cosa, l'inizio di un porno. Tasta nel buio.
I think it's the trunk lock.
Allora lui sta sentendo, tocca la
There
serratura.
are small round bumps
Piccole
with
protuberanze
slots in
arrotondate
the
con delle
middle.
fessure
Could
al
be
centro.
screws.
Potrebbe trattarsi di viti. Ah, c'eri quasi, grazie, mod. Ci provo.
There are small round.
Ok, sempre con le protuberanze ce l'ha lui. Tocca i
I'm lying on a
vestiti.
pile of
Non
clothes.
senso una fila di vestiti.
Different fabrics.
Alcuni
Some
vestiti.
rougher,
Questa
some softer.
qui mi
This
sembra
one
una buona
feels like a
rete.
fine net. No, I don't think this will be much use.
Non gli serve molto.
This trunk is built like a coffin.
Ah, ma scusami, ma aspetta, ma noi abbiamo delle cose. Infatti.
Okay, where's the screwdriver? Knife. There's the screwdriver. So, if I just turn this... aha!
L'abbiamo fatta. Con il nostro fido
You're
coltellino.
kidding me! Seems to be a strap for holding something on the shelf above the trunk. Unfortunately, I can't reach the clasp. It's fastened tightly, and I can't reach the clasp.
Riesce a raggiungere la fibbia, ma se invece la coltelliamo la fibbia? Ma guarda che velocità. Allora,
The
esamina la
stuff over there
scatola.
doesn't look like it was recently loaded. Probably part of the ship's inventory. Tools and spare parts, I'd say. There might be something in that box that could help me escape from the trunk. Of course, it would be more helpful if it weren't out of my reach. Tools and...
Ok, proviamo a usare la cinghia per arrivare alla scatola.
Oh, brilliant! Hopefully the clasp won't slip out of the box when I pull the strap.
Un tubo, il famoso tubo, ragazzi.
Looks like I hit the jackpot on my first try. There's nothing more to be had. Looks like I hit the jackpot on 2 metal pipes, stable, about 10 meters apart. The ship may be showing its age, but those pipes look more than sturdy enough. The ship may be... The pipe rolled up against the shelf. Ugh, I can't reach it. The pipe rolled up against the shelf. How's that supposed to work? The strap won't tie itself around the pipe. And then it'll just tie itself around the pipes? Not gonna happen. The knife has been handy. All right then. I'll just drive the blade through the end of the strap. It's worth a try. Ta-da! That should hold. My best chance. Steady as a rock. Elegant. Oh, great. Okay, I'll tie him up and then get out of here before they start looking for him. And I already have an idea where I can hide.
I can't imagine that he'd just leave.
Yeah, and without saying goodbye either.
No need to be frightened, young lady.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you.
This is hardly the time or the place. What happened on the train?
Nothing bad. Everyone is fine.
Inch is dangerous. I warned you.
I know. That's why we're being careful. And you have a smart and handsome young thief at your side.
And humble, too.
Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
What have I done to deserve a luck like this? Inch bothers me.
Ragazzi,
He's
ma io ero
shown
mutata
what
da
he's
una
capable
vita.
of. What if he finds out about our plan?
Dicevo che
How
stiamo
would he?
sbloccando un
Be
sacco
careful.
di obiettivi
He's
rari.
more ruthless than we expected.
Tipo
The
che abbiamo...
bombing train.
Siamo
I
stati
don't want to think
bravissimi,
about
abbiamo sbloccato il
We need to
Master
make sure that
Detective,
we
siamo
stay
stati talmente
calm.
bravi che stiamo
You
masterando
mean
tutto.
that I stay calm.
I'm not worried about you. I know you.
Hanno fatto le causacce. Sì, ho letto pure i commenti, non si è sentito, ragazzi. Dicevo, sei il mio detective in assoluto, ma ora dovrei fare il ladro. Io ho detto, sì, ma non ce la stiamo cavando male, infatti abbiamo masterato. Merda, no, che diavolo che ci siamo persi. Ora sono triste. No, Xitrax, tranquillo. Non vi siete persi granché, vi ho fatto un riassunto.
Shall we go over the plan one more time?
Good idea.
Capitoliamo il
We know
piano.
that Inch hid the first eye in the Baroness's luggage.
Quindi il ladro
I'll
del
break into
ladro?
her cabin and replace the eye with a fake.
Right. We'll steal the second eye in Cairo.
And Inch will be caught in the act.
It's simple.
The devil is in the detail. I have to get into the Baroness's cabin undetected, then find the secret hiding place, and I can't leave any evidence behind.
Yes. And Inch said something about a combination, so the hiding place might be locked.
One step at a time. I think I'll assess the situation first.
And I think I'll make myself comfortable for a little while.
So this is how married life will be.
Works for me.
Wow.
Everything went according to
Questa
plan in
tresca.
London?
Except for the explosion, yes. The Bobby was right on time.
Because he had a good tip-off.
I had enough time to take the eye, but unfortunately there was no time to replace it with the fake.
Where is it? A work of art. Almost as beautiful as the original.
I can't tell the difference.
Inch could. But if all goes to plan, he won't have a chance to take a closer look at the jewel until after the burglary at the Egyptian Museum. Will Legrand cause any trouble?
Everything's still going according to plan. That means he's clever, but not clever enough.
And the Bobby?
Peasant's cunning, nothing more. He won't be able to solve the puzzle on his own.
There's still Inch.
He doesn't suspect anything. We laid the foundation well. I've been his assistant for months already. He doesn't trust me, but he thinks he can play me for a sucker. That's enough.
Cioè, tutto sto casino, cioè, vi rendete conto, ragazzi? Ma vi rendete conto? C'era il ladro del ladro e siamo in combutta con la signorina. Che ci facciamo nel tempo libero? Minchia, che casino. Che casinaccio, scrive il mondo.
Speaking of Inch, I saw him talking to you in Venice. What was it about?
He was angry because his attack on the train failed and because I lost my ticket.
How did you get on the ship?
As a stowaway, locked in a cold, dark cargo hold.
Poor boy. I'll go out now and lead the police and master thieves around by the nose.
I can think of something else to do.
I can't.
Ma come? Ci è rimasto malissimo. Lui voleva fare di nuovo fichi fichi. Lei ha detto no, ciao. Devo andare a fare cose da ladri. Quindi adesso siamo la signorina e dobbiamo mettere il finto occhio al posto di quello vero, ragazzi. Che casino! È il ladro del ladro del ladro. Ma che cazzo succede? È veramente un puttanaio. Occhi di gatto, veramente. Invece che occhi della sfida. È beautiful, sì, Xitrax. È beautiful sto gioco. È beautiful ma meme. Ancora più meme. Meme serio. Bello, mi sta piacendo. Adoro sti giochini.
The
Dammi il
poster
poster.
proudly announces the ship's first
La prima
Atlantic
traversata
crossing.
dell'Atlantico di questa
The
nave.
city of New York welcomes the MS Lydia.
Ok.
The silhouette of New York and of a ship. But not of this one. They probably use the same template for every ship. Looks pretty official, with a coat of arms, flag, seal, and all the trappings. And the poster is clean as a whistle. Someone seems to cherish it.
Allora, dice Xitrax, non ho mai visto Beautiful. Il mod dice nemmeno io, non so nemmeno di che parla, ma conosco il meme. Ma senti, io l'avrò visto di sfuggita perché guardava mia nonna, tipo. E parla semplicemente di tresche amorose. Però sì, il meme è figo.
The silhouette of New York looks...
Allora, qui non ci dice più niente. Oreo. Il violinist. Lui è pensieroso. Ah no. Ma che occhi spiritati che hanno.
Bravo! Bravissimo! Fantastico!
Ti prego,
Would it be okay
clippala.
for you if I get some fresh air up on
Ti-
deck? Of course, my dear. Give my regards to the sea.
Bravissimo, fantastico. È bellissimo.
I'm not an expert, But I think that Mr. Kreutzer really is a very skilled violinist. At least, I liked it. And the captain was certainly smitten. Excuse me, gentlemen.
She can't have meant you, Mr. Kreutzer.
Why don't you just let me have a conversation with the young lady?
I just wanted...
Did you count the rings on your fingers, my dear?
I think I'm going to stretch my legs.
But Mr. Kreutzer, please stay. You simply must tell me more about your wonderful violin.
If you insist.
There seems to be tension between the violinist and the writer. I'd
C'è
better not
tensione
get
tra il
involved.
violinista e la scrittrice.
Wooden salad tongs, just small enough to carry around unseen.
Noi intanto rubiamo la roba. Tipo... la roba da insalata.
A wonderful concert, wasn't it?
I wouldn't have expected you to be a connoisseur of classical music.
Because I'm American?
Because you're young,
Sì,
and
grazie.
friendly, and radiant. Someone like you doesn't have to know a lot to get along well in life.
Are you easily prejudiced at your age?
In my long experience, there's often a core of truth at the center of every prejudice.
Prejudice is the reason of fools.
Was that written in the book you once read?
Oh, I've read many books. Good books.
But not my books, you mean to say.
You're a writer?
What can I do for you, Miss...
Mares. You know, I'm not planning on throwing myself at a man.
I'm glad to hear it. You have to work. Earn your own money.
Oh, I will. My grades are excellent, and I really want to study acting in New York.
None of my books has ever been made into a good film. The stories were twisted, shortened, and simplified so that even the dimmest fellow could follow them.
I want to do theater and travel. I speak 3 languages.
That would be 3 more than most people your age can speak. Do what you have to do. But stay away
Si è
from bad
allontanata dai
men.
cazzacci.
Is this your first trip on the Lydia?
That's quite enough. Life is too short for conversations like this. I do wish that rather delightful Swiss policeman had come along.
I heard you had an interesting trip on the train.
It was thrilling. I'm hoping for an encore. Perhaps in Cairo.
Mr. Kreutzer possesses impressive technique, don't you think?
He certainly does. His numerous playmates in Austria can tell you more about it than I.
You mean Mr. Kreutzer is a
Un donnaiolo.
loser?
I'm not
Che,
talking about cheap
che
skirts.
rivelazione.
I'm talking about expensive clothes. A man like him needs funds to support his lifestyle. Just go over
Quindi è
to
un
him,
toy
my
boy
dear.
delle donne
Tell the
ricche?
maestro that your family is wealthy. You have everything he's looking for.
Uno sugar kid.
Money and a pretty face.
Hold your tongue. Mr. Kreutzer, Lady Westmacott, please.
Or
Please.
did you have your eye on me, Mr. Kreutzer? Old, yes, but rich.
Gentlemen.
Signora.
Mr. Kreutzer, maestro.
Niente, lui si è offeso, se ne va. Il capitano lo segue. Si è innamorato.
That's better. Freeloader.
You and Mr. Kreutzer, you seem to know each other.
Not really. But I know his type. Parasites who cling to the rich and famous and suck them dry. The young, misunderstood painter. The innovative writer who writes books that no one wants to read. The musical talent that has to be supported. The ladies and gentlemen of
Niente, lei
high
non ha mai
society
denti, via.
let the others use them and call themselves patrons. Another word for fool.
Didn't you finance archaeological excavations in the Near East and Egypt?
For my husband, and I was there myself. I catalogued items for him, and I didn't show him off like a trophy at cocktail parties. But my son was one of them, the worst kind. The kind that sucks not only the money, but also the life right
La
out of
crash,
a
sì.
person.
May I take my leave?
You may.
Lady Westmacott never let anyone tell her what to do. They say she was a stubborn one. And today, she's one of the richest women in the world. The lady is not a fan of shallow conversation, which I respect. I shouldn't talk to her unless I have something serious to say.
Ma perché tutti parliamo con sta vecchia? Scusate, cioè, nel senso... Io capisco che possa essere rilevante, ma fino a quale punto? Ma andiamo sul ponte di poppa, va. Il capitano si è cioè, lui si trasporta.
And a sweet odor. I hope the crew doesn't take the captain for a role model, and that they stay sober for the rest of the trip. He's sweating. I hope the...
Ok, lui è brillo.
Lovely big towel. I hope tomorrow I'll have a chance to sunbathe and enjoy the rest of the trip. A deck chair in the sunshine.
Abbiamo preso anche il telo da mare.
I'd be a fool to miss out on that tomorrow, but I have to take care of my duties before I can relax in the sun.
Allora, vediamo un po' se qua c'è... A parte qua non si poteva entrare, vero? No.
A handsome man and a talented musician, but he doesn't seem very happy. Hello, Mr. Kreutzer.
Do you want to have a go at me, like the old witch in there?
I just wanted to talk to you.
Now is not the best time.
I just wanted to tell you that I really loved your music, and that Lady Westmacott did not have the right to speak to you like that.
Really? How do you know? You don't know me.
Then, did she have the right?
No, she didn't. That cynical old witch enjoys exposing the weaknesses of others. Although we all have them, she as well. She lusts for recognition and acts as though it weren't so disgraceful. She rejects prizes and awards with snide remarks, but she's angry when others receive them. She needs to know that she's better than others.
You seem to know her quite well.
I've only met her once or twice, but I know her son and some of her friends. One friend of hers supported me for a long time. No one is brave enough to say it to her face, but everyone hates her.
Her or her success? You're so talented. Why aren't you performing on the world's great stages?
Fate, perhaps. Or bad luck. My parents opened every door for me and my sister and expected corresponding careers.
Over-ambitious parents who force their children to play music?
No, it wasn't like that. I loved it. I loved to play the violin. They didn't have to force me. I wanted to do it on my own. I thought I would achieve my goals if only I worked hard enough. But it was not to be.
Lui è molto triste.
What happened?
In a more dramatic story, I'd say that I broke my hand just before my big break, or that I was rejected because of my nationality or my name, or that I was brought down by a conspiracy. But nothing like that ever happened. I practiced like mad. Got better and better. Really good. But nothing happened. The right people never heard me. I was never in the right place at the right time. Can you imagine how it feels to always be on the cusp of a breakthrough? To be just one evening away from becoming an overnight sensation? To see how other, less talented violinists pass you by because you just aren't lucky enough?
How terrible.
For every star in the limelight, there are a dozen more that burn out unseen, fading month by month. I didn't want to be one of those people who waste their lives chasing dreams without realizing that they're unattainable. If I couldn't have the life that I always dreamt of, and that my family expected from me, then at least I could have the next best life.
The next best life?
Mansions, limousines, parties. Everything you could wish for. Though none of it belongs to me.
The lady called you a freeloader.
An ugly word, but maybe not so far from the truth. I move with the rich and famous, and at first glance, I live exactly the life my father always wished for me. A carefree life, easygoing. And I play the violin, which I always loved to do.
But it's not really like that.
It's empty. My life is just a shell. A show, and everyone knows it. I loved something once, and I burned for it. But now, the violin is just an accessory for practicing my real profession.
And your family?
How could I ever look them in the eyes? A failed violinist who gave up.
What does the future hold for you?
Isn't it obvious? My hands are starting to shake from alcohol. What will be left once I lose my good looks? I'll have nothing then. And so I'll put an end to it all.
You
Madonna
can't
mia.
say things like that.
With my father's pistol. I always have it with me. It's gone. Fate won't even grant me a quick death.
Don't you think you can
Madonnina.
still make it?
No. It's too late now. The real question is, did I give up too quickly back then?
I don't know.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye, Mr. Kreutzer.
Dai, ma mi fa strapena, ma che succede? Grazie del riscatto, Mod. Non ti senti molto bene? Cerco di non parlare troppo per rimangono, va bene, non ti preoccupare. Mi dispiace, non stai bene. No, non volevo uscire. Cerca però di non concentrartici troppo. Sì, infatti. Ah, ma perché ancora stai studiando? Pazzo. Dovresti prenderti un momento, allora. Non puoi andare avanti così.
I'm sure I could help you if... Stand aside! If you told me what you're looking for.
You're just getting in my way. Now get out.
I'll wait at the door, madam.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Miss...
Mayors?
Can I help you?
No, I'm just having a look around the ship. Good day. Oh, that was close.
Ah, pensa te. Ma io volevo, veramente volevo farmi i cazzi miei, ma va bene.
Inch is intelligent and ruthless, a dangerous combination. He's not a brilliant planner, but he is smart and careful. He senses danger. I'm afraid he might suspect that something is wrong.
Xitrax dice: fammi un favore, smetti di studiare tra 3 minuti. Se stai ancora studiando, prendo il primo aereo per venire a menarti. Penso che sul medaggio ti farà anche peggio. Sì, concordo con Xitrax, basta. È il momento di riposarsi ora, di avere la mente libera in vista di domani. Non di uccidersi.
I think he's frightening. You look in his face and you'd believe that he's at peace with the world and himself. From one moment to the next, the mask falls away, and he's capable of anything. No use worrying about him now. No use.
Ok. Vediamo cosa ci abbiamo. Gioiello falso. Le pinze e il telo da mare.
Lovely. Very fine handiwork. The model maker even wrote the name of the ship on the tiny life preservers. But the winter garden at the back of the saloon is missing, and the stern deck looks different. It was obviously made before the ship was remodeled. Maybe one of the crew whiled away the long nights at sea building the model. Only someone with a lot of time and a love of the original could build such a thing. The only regular event seems to be the nightly drink in the saloon. Judging from the rest of the entertainment program, it seems necessary. Several journals and magazines. Ah, this looks pretty interesting. Art and culture today. Ah, there's something about the exhibition. Unique masterpieces exhibited for the first time together in their home country. Tireless efforts of Baroness von Trebitz. No time for reading. I have to find the secret compartment in the back. No time for reading. I have to find the...
Ok.
Come in.
Ah, possiamo pure andare dal dottore?
How can I help you, young lady?
Are you the ship's doctor?
Yes, of course.
You see, that's what I thought, because you've got a uniform and you work in the medical center.
Well spotted, young lady. My name is Dr. Gebhardt. How can I help you?
What are the other passengers like?
Listen, young lady, I do not really have time to chat right now. Today is my first day, and it is going differently than I had expected.
You do seem a little stressed. Maybe you should relax. Stress isn't good for you.
You're right. If there is nothing else I can help you with.
But you weren't really helpful at all. Maybe I'll come back later. Bye now.
Praticamente siamo andati lì solo per rompere i coglioni. Dottore strambolo cattivo. Strombolo, che si scrive con la M però. Ah, strombolo nel senso di stronzo. Ok.
We briefly discussed whether we should try to steal the second eye here on the ship. The lack of escape routes and the 10-centimeter thick door to the safe settled the question.
Scusate, ma quindi se io scrivo stronzo me lo banna?
Legrand is an important part of our plan. But there's still a lot to do.
Ok, che cosa strana, ragazzi, questo... Mamma mia. Prova. Vuoi vedere se funziona? No, vabbè. Meno male, tanto non ci incastra niente.
Practicality was definitely placed ahead of design here. I guess the Lydia regularly docks at harbors that don't have their own gangways. And rather than make the passengers climb ladders, they opted for the less beautiful alternative.
Mi aveva bannato quando dissi il signore stupido. Ah, minchia. Boh. Che cosa strana, ragazzi. Infatti, che cavolo dici? Stavo per Dio. Ma si poteva cancellare il messaggio.
Two handsome sailors are standing at the table and studying a marine map. Good thing they're busy. I can have a look around without being disturbed. If someone leaves the bridge, I'll pretend to be stargazing. And if that doesn't work, I'll just turn on the charm. A classic. The thief enters through the ventilation shaft. Can it really be that easy? No, it can't. The cover is screwed shut.
La grata è ben avvitata.
No idea what kind of flag this is. But the pole it's attached to could be very useful one day. It's about 80 centimeters long and looks quite stable.
Vabbè, perfetto. E noi ci infiliamo nel culo l'asta.
Sturdy, but it's also too cumbersome to carry around.
Ah sì, scusate, ero in italiano, parlo italiano con voi oramai, non ti preoccupare. Scusate, ma ero troppo impegnata a capire dove si sarebbe messa l'asta e fortunatamente non se l'è messa nel culo.
This should be the entrance to the cargo hold. Not really my concern.
Guardali, che fanno i picciancioni.
Bull, curling, shuffleboard, all the same to me. I'm not interested in any of that now. The two of them seem to be in a private conversation. I'd better not disturb them. When Adil and I were following the professor in London, I was disguised. But that doesn't mean he won't recognize me now. No, I won't talk to them as long as I can avoid it.
Va bene, e niente. Ci mette un fottio la signorina a camminare con quei tacchi. Allora, mod ha riscattato, salva il gioco. Salvo. Il vero colpevole è il bambino. No, non sono picciancioni, è il suo cugino di Pisa, ok. Picciancioni. Il cugino di Pisa. Eh sì, il famoso. Guarda, l'unica cosa fastidiosa è che non c'è un tasto per correre.
No, there's no gap to put the pole in. I can't force the... I could tie the bath towel around the pole, put the pole across the ventilation shaft, and climb down with the help of the towel. Sounds like a plan.
Ok.
No, there's no... All the first-class cabins have their own ventilation. The shaft might be my best point of, but unfortunately...
Ma quindi...
I can use this to get into the cabin.
Ma quindi... Come faccio ad aprire il condotto di ventilazione, scusate? Mi serve un attrezzo, è avvitata, io che faccio? Con le pinze non mi fa fare niente. No, ho sbagliato tasto. No! Non volevo andare di qua. Dove potrei trovare un attrezzo, scusa? Per svitare il condotto di ventilazione. Non ci posso andare.
The silhouette of New York looks... No use worrying about...
Sì, che non sto capendo.
The lady is not a fan. I shouldn't... He's sweating. I hope the crew...
Qui non c'è niente. Cazzo, non ci ho pensato.
He has the enviable talent of being able to sleep anywhere, anytime. He once fell asleep on a cable car and only woke up after he'd already gone up the mountain and back down again. We booked this cabin because it's centrally located. Easy to duck in whenever we need to. Of course, the fact that it's a first-class cabin with a huge bathroom and shower had nothing to do with it. As soon as I've swapped the jewels, I'll treat myself to a hot shower, and then we'll see how the evening progresses. As soon as I've... Okay then. I am Patricia Mayers. Young, attractive, clueless. I am Patricia Mayers.
La si convince da sola.
Normally I don't carry so many things around, but it would have been suspicious if I'd come aboard with nothing but a rucksack whilst pretending to be the daughter of a wealthy family. I got this necklace from my father. It's supposed to remind me that money isn't the most important thing in life. If all you've got is this penny, as well as family and friends, then you're a very rich girl, he said. I'll take it with me. It'll bring me luck. I always try to carry as few personal items as possible. If my things are ever searched, they won't reveal my true identity. I don't like wearing hats, but they do fit the role. And I have to admit that the day in London when we shopped for Patricia Mayers was a lot of fun. It happened pretty fast between us. It was magic when we first met. Birds of a feather flock together, and he can be very charming. Daddy wasn't at all amused when I brought him home, mind, but I don't think he'd have been satisfied with anyone.
Sì, ma quindi ci serve qualcosa. Mi aiuti, Lore, scusa. Ci serve un oggetto per aprire la grata. Capitolo 3. No, è il capitolo 3 questo. È il capitolo 3, ma io non so come cazzo aprire quella cazzo di grata. Scusate. Divento scurrile. Cioè, mi serve qualcosa per aprirla, perché poi il resto l'ho già trovato, praticamente.
No time for reading. I have to find the secret compartment.
Com'è?
The good doctor seems to be very...
Aspetta un attimo, eh. Cosa? Esiste un sottotitolo? No, non lo vedo. No, stavo guardando. La grata? Sopra. Come si chiama il sopra della nave? Dove ci stanno... Chi dirige? Ponte di comando? Quindi non mi serve altro perché ho già fatto quella cosa.
No time.
No, questo è dopo.
Inch is watching the door. I need another way into the cabin.
Io ho fatto praticamente tutto quello che potevo fare. Aspetta un attimo. Aspetta un attimo perché mi viene un dubbio. Da trasporto vicino alla porta. Ma la mia? No, qui non c'è più niente con cui interagire.
As soon as I've swapped the jewels, I'll...
Com'è? Ma non ci posso andare ancora. Devo entrare dalla ventola. Ma come la apro? A qualcosa mi serviranno ste pinze di legno. Dov'è la collana? No. Ma non me l'ha data la collana, non ce l'ho. L'ho capito, ha detto tipo che c'era una collana, ma poi non me l'ha data. Fammi ricaricare, vai.
Lovely.
L'ho ricaricato perché non me l'ha data prima la collana.
We booked, of course. Okay, Normally I don't...
Vedi, la tira fuori ma non me la dà nell'inventario.
I got this now. If all you've got is this, I'll take it with me.
Ora l'ha messa. Prima non l'ha
I always
messa.
try to carry as if my things were ever...
Non c'è, vedi?
I don't like wearing her. And I have... It happened. Bird and he... But I don't...
Sì, però, che cazzo. Non la dovrebbe mettere nell'inventario almeno, così saprei che... Attimo, Dai.
No, there's no gap to put the...
Vedi, non me lo fa fare.
But...
Sì, no, ho già fatto.
All the but...
Sì, ma io sto già facendo tutto quello il
I
bello.
could tie the bath towel around the pole, put the pole across the ventilation shaft, and climb down with the help of the towel.
Cos'è che devo fare con le pinze? Cos'è che devo fare con le pinze, scusami? Ma se io non c'ho la collana come la faccio a combinare? Ora me la dà! Bastarda! Guardala! Era un bug, no, era un
I could
bug.
jam the penny in and make a kind of improvised screwdriver. Why not?
Che puttanata.
Right. That's it. I just hope that this is the right shaft. Here goes nothing.
Ho fame. Exetrax dice voglio giocare.
Ah, Jakob Aust. I finally got you. I'll have them arrest you and justice will be done.
Can I be of assistance, madam?
Yes, you can get out of the way.
Shall I tidy up, madam?
No, it's time to celebrate.
Ah, l'aveva trovato lei.
Excellent. The coast is clear. It seems like she was searching for a specific photo, and that she actually found it. Jakob Aust. Now I've got you, she said. We got our hands on the list of passengers, but I don't recognize the name. Hundreds of black and white photos, many of them tinted. From the 20s and 30s, I guess. Ugh, I don't have time to deal with them. The mannequin could probably wear my clothes. It'd disappear under the Baroness's clothes, though. As a child, I often stood in front of shop windows, and when I got bored, I claimed that one of the mannequins had blinked. The Baroness wrote something down and took the slip of paper with her. Not even Adil would believe that this painting was an original. He was interested in art when we first met, but for him it was always about the content, not the technique. I had my work cut out teaching him to concentrate on the stroke, the material, and the signature of the artist. It's the only way to distinguish an original from a fake. I don't care who painted it as long as it speaks to me, he said. A perspective that, as an art thief, I can't share, but it's charming nonetheless.
Mamma mia quanto parla.
No. Inch said he hid the eye in the Baroness's luggage, which makes sense. He can't be certain that he'll have the chance to hide it again when we arrive in Cairo. No, the Baroness and Inch aren't working. Far too many hiding places for a jewel. But Inch said something about a combination. That sounds like a little safe or a hidden compartment. And she... I'd prefer to lock the door. Someone could come in, but it's important not to leave a trace. Inch absolutely cannot find out about us. I must hurry. Impressive for a quick drink on the go.
Bello l'armadietto dei drink.
A suitable glass for every occasion. But the Baroness probably disregards style and etiquette when she's drinking alone, and just gin, whiskey, liqueur, sherry, vodka, brandy, and champagne. I wonder what the Baroness is running away from. What's that? A small leather strap. Aha!
Eccolo. Abbiamo sbloccato un altro obiettivo. Un altro obiettivo. Abbiamo trovato lo scompartimento sì, grasso. Lo scompartimento segreto. Non ne voglio uno in camera mia, dice il mode. Ma aspetta, vino! Dammi il foglietto. Nefertiti, Guernica,
AD, Buonarroti's Adam. This could be a memory aid for the Baroness. And it would explain how Inch discovered the combination. I'm going to copy the hints. As I see it, I have to decipher these clues to find 3 of the symbols. Then I can guess the 4th. Well, Nefertiti was an Egyptian queen. The monogram and the 2 other clues aren't much help. I've copied the hints into my diary. Maybe someone on board can help me to figure out at least 3 of the 4 symbols. I'd put money on the Eye of the Sphinx being... I don't think anyone would bet against me. The door is locked. I have... To me, it looks like a combination lock. The door only opens when the right symbol... There are outlines of animals. A dog, a cat, a bear. 8 symbols per cylinder. That means more... If only I... But whilst I don't know at least 3...
Ma pure devo fare tutta sta cagata.
Some napkins and towels. Nothing I can use. Corkscrew, bottle opener, coast...
Sì, ma scusami, non posso aprirlo e addio, scusa.
If only I knew 3 of the 4 symbols, I could easily guess the last. But whilst I don't know at least 3 of them, if only I... But whilst I...
Boh, toccherà...
No, I'd...
tocca, mi fanno ritornare su, cioè. Ragazzi. Devo ritornare su per chiedere informazioni. Il dottore.
That was close. Maybe it was a steward who checked whether everything was ready for the Baroness's nightly rest. Whoever it was, I should leave as fast as possible.
È strano che non ci ha battuto la testa.
What on earth is going on here? I don't like that. Is someone else after the eye as well? But even if that is the case, what does the audio tape have to do with it? I can't let it get to me. I have a job to do.
Modo dice, ai piedi del mio letto c'è la libreria dove c'è un Jack Daniels e una bottiglia di Essenzio. Pensate. Mod ha riscattato idratati ma ho finito l'acqua. Per cui Mod dovrai attendere. No, che cazzo ho fatto? Madonna, queste 2 porte ravvicinate mi danno... Queste 2 cose, interazioni ravvicinate mi danno un fastidio.
It seems like Dr. Gebhardt was able to wrestle himself away from his work, but he still doesn't seem to be very relaxed. Quite the opposite. And why won't he go to the saloon? Dr. Gebhardt! Getting some fresh air?
Oh, you could say that.
Do you know the Egyptian queen Nefertiti?
Yes. There is a famous bust of her.
Really? Tell me more.
No, I am sorry. I do not have time for that.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Now listen, young lady, I do not know what they told you, but just because I am German, I am not responsible for the crimes of my government.
Crimes? What are you talking about?
We obeyed orders, just like everybody else. Now leave me alone.
Do you know what the monogram AD stands for?
What?
A capital A with a small d below it.
Yes, I do. Will you leave me alone if I tell you what it means?
You know.
It is not just any monogram. It is the first. Albrecht Dürer, a German artist, signed all his works with it. He was the first artist to sign all of his work with a monogram. It was not common to do so before then.
Are you sure?
His wooden engravings were, and still are, printed billions of times in Germany.
Billions of times? You're exaggerating.
Not at all. His work appears on German marks.
And what?
That's enough. I told you what you wanted to know. Please, leave me alone now.
Dr. Gebhardt?
Mi piace rompergli i coglioni.
Buonarroti.
No idea. Don't know him.
But...
Try your luck somewhere else and leave me alone, please.
Lo stiamo
Thank you.
stressando tantissimo.
I ought to be going.
Thank God.
Lady Westmacott?
Yes.
I hear you're well-versed in Egyptian history, Lady Westmacott. Can you tell me anything about Nefertiti?
A queen. The main wife of Akhenaten.
Did she have a favorite animal?
What a strange question.
I, just heard that they really adore cats in ancient Egypt.
sarà un
That's
toro.
true, but I don't know whether Nefertiti had any special affinity for animals.
Does Guernica mean anything to you?
Why are you asking me all these strange questions?
I'm curious. How shall I learn if I don't ask?
Pick up a book.
Are you interested in art?
Not really. I'm more interested in real life, in people.
So, you don't know Albrecht Dürer?
Just because I'm not interested in art doesn't mean that I'm ignorant.
What can you tell me about him?
Books, my dear, books. In them, you'll find the answers to all your questions, even the most foolish ones.
I bet you don't know anything about him, and you just want to cover it up.
Ah, you want to appeal to my honor. Too obvious, I'm afraid.
I saw a sign in Venice. It said Buonarroti. Do you know what it means?
I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian.
May I take my leave?
You may.
Mamma mia, signora proprio zero.
The Baroness seems to have a reason to celebrate. She's downing one glass of champagne after another.
Vede? Poi...
The less I have to do with her, the better. Best if she doesn't even... Although, based on her alcohol... He's sweating profusely. I hope the group... Hello, Captain DeCanti.
Miss Meyers, how nice to see you. You look beautiful. We missed you at dinner.
I was in my cabin. I didn't feel very well.
Oh, I hope you're feeling better.
Lovely concert, wasn't it?
You only heard the end. It was really wonderful.
All the more curious that Lady Westmacott embarrassed Mr. Kreutzer like that, don't you think?
I have no idea what got into her. They say she's a difficult person, but maybe it's the privilege of famous people to be a bit strange from time to time. When I was still a young sailor, Enrico Caruso was a passenger on our ship, and he...
I think she's fascinating. She's achieved so much, and all by herself.
Lady Westmacott? Oh yes, that's true. The most successful writer in the world.
Do you know any more about her?
Sono stanchino, mi rilassa
I'm her
sì,
biggest
se lo fa
fan.
anche a me.
What do you want to know?
Where is she from? Who were her parents?
Her father was a wealthy British salesman. Her mother died in childbirth. She had an outstanding education, but was a lonely child, they say. Her father was away on business most of the time.
I know how she feels. For many years, my father's career was also more important than me.
Don't say that, my child. Your father paid for the life you now live.
Did Lady Westmacott's father marry again?
Yes, a woman 15 years his junior. She didn't really care for the child. She was something of a high society lady. She made the headlines with her antics more often than the family would have liked.
And her
No, ma
novels.
non me ne frega
How
nulla.
did she come to be a writer?
In interviews, she always mentions her French tutor, who encouraged her to write when she was a child. After some poems and short stories, she began to write detective novels with great success. The rest is history. The experts are arguing whether she or Shakespeare has sold more books.
Although she doesn't receive the same deference.
That's true. But her books are much more innovative and extraordinary than people generally give her credit for.
Magari... Scusate.
And what does an elderly lady like her want in
Ah, sì.
Egypt?
I couldn't really say. She was there many times with her husband, an archaeologist. He
Dice il
died
modo,
a
una volta...
long time ago.
Vorrei tanto
I
andare in
heard
crociera una
something
volta
about
nella
a
vita.
section
Anch'io.
At the Egyptian Museum?
Yes, for the eyes of the Sphinx. But I
Madonna
don't
quanto
think
parlano.
she got to Cairo just for that. Didn't participate in the literary scene either.
Va bene.
Is it true that
In 2 world wars. That tells you.
you're as old as you feel?
Oh God, I hope.
Aren't you feeling...
You shouldn't burden your pretty little head with.
If you don't feel well, maybe you should take...
I'm afraid if I take it easy.
You seem to be a pessimist.
Fatty liver, asthma, gallstones,
Madonna.
jaundice, gout, shingles,
Cosa?
hemorrhoids, varicose veins, circulatory trouble, knee problems, pulmonary embolism, gastritis, migraine, neuralgia, tinnitus, rheumatism, pleurisy, thrombosis, and constipation. Those are what's been diagnosed so far. My body is a curse.
Sembra a me quando parlo di
I
me.
didn't mean to... I'm sorry.
Forgive an
Signore.
old man. I didn't mean to shock you.
Citrax dice, io ho le zampe di gallina, le ho mangiate una volta in Guyana, francese. Siamo così a caso, pensavo stessimo esprimendo i nostri pensieri, ma cosa? Vabbè, boh.
You're still the captain of this beautiful ship.
They couldn't just get rid of me, so they stuck me somewhere where I can't make trouble anymore.
Don't say that.
This ship runs fine without me. The crew knows what to do. They don't need me. They don't want me.
Captain!
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm burdening you with all of this. Forgive me, eh? I'd like to rest for a while. Soon enough, it'll be time to head back to the coalface.
Ma tutto a posto.
Captain DeCon...
Yes?
Do you know Nefertiti?
Is she
No. Guernica.
not a harbor that...
Do you know Albrecht Dürer?
Yes, an artist. Not bad. But he has his weaknesses as well.
For example?
For one, he wasn't Italian.
That's a pity.
You can say that again. At least he lived in Italy for a while.
What else can you tell me about him?
I once overheard an argument on board between a German and a Spaniard about who elevated the woodcut to an art form, Albrecht Dürer or Alberto Durero. Eventually, they realized they were talking about the same man. Ha!
Albrecht Dürer is called Alberto Durero in Spain?
That's right. Don't ask me why.
Buonarroti. That sounds Italian, doesn't it?
Ha! You can say that again. Buonarroti is the name of the
Buonarroti.
greatest artist of all time. Michelangelo Buonarroti, who most people only know by his first name. Just imagine, one man, an Italian, achieves perfection in all 3 movements of graphic art.
In Italy.
His David is the most famous statue in the world. As an architect, he was a genius. He built parts of St. Peter's Basilica.
And as a painter, Michelangelo painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
The creation of Adam. The spark of life leaps from God to Adam. One of the most famous paintings in the world.
Yes, it is. The Sistine Chapel, Apostolic Palace, Vatican City. I don't know any animals associated with them.
Animals?
Oh, it's a game I used to play. My father posed me a riddle, and I have to guess an animal.
And buona rotis Adam was the hint? Maybe he meant Rome. According to legend, the founders of the city, Romulus and Remus, were raised by a she-wolf.
No, that's too vague. Does Vatican City have an animal on its coat of arms?
No.
And the Pope?
Every pope has his own emblem, but the new one doesn't have an animal.
You don't seem to like the new Pope.
It's too early to say. But who's fit to hold a candle to John the 23rd? Il Papa Buono, as we used to call him. The good Pope.
He just died recently. What was his heraldic animal?
He was a lion, and so was his heraldic animal.
For a Catholic, Buonarroti's Adam could be a mnemonic for the lion. Pope John XXIII was elected in the Sistine Chapel like every other pope. A work of art hints at a coat of arms with a lion on it. Maybe. I'll make a note of lion. I'm gonna go have a look around.
All right.
Mamma mia,
I
ragazzi.
don't know what. It must be horrible.
Ah, non posso andare di qua. Aiuto. Ah, è cambiata ora. Aiuto, ero sparita nella texture. Nessuno sapeva dov'ero. Qui non c'è niente, quindi torniamo di là. Boh, forse andiamo da loro, non lo so.
Professor Lucien could, but he might also realize that I was in his museum. Professor Lucien could certainly tell me, but he might also realize.
Quindi niente, ok. Addio. Aragog. Signorina, ma si muova. Su, su, hop, hop. Sotto c'era una rivista d'arte, magari mi aiuta. Davvero.
Maybe the art magazine will help me with the symbols. Indeed. An article about the different works of art and how they survived the Second World War. And there's also a picture of the bust of Nefertiti. The unique Egyptian work of art was 1913. Permission to export to Germany. Second World War. Safe at the Reich Bank. Then a bunker. And then a salt mine. Prevented from shipping the bust to the United States. Back in Berlin since 1956. Very glad, blah, blah, blah. Soon in the Egyptian Museum of Berlin, and hopefully someday in a reunified Berlin on the Museum Island. Okay, so the bust of Nefertiti is
Quindi l'orso.
located in Berlin. And which animal is on the city's coat of arms? The Berlin Bear.
Minchia, però come
I
contorta.
just need one more animal. The bust of Nefertiti.
Ma anch'io, cioè nel senso, anche meno contorta no. Allora, si è detto. Leone per Buonarroti. E E?
Dr. Gebhardt?
Yes?
I was talking to the captain. He didn't look well.
E...
Is he sick?
I am sure
L'orso.
you will understand that I cannot discuss the medical history of one of my patients with you.
Why? Do you think I'm too stupid?
I didn't mean that.
I asked whether the captain is ill and you called him one of my patients.
What do you want?
I ought to be go.
Thank God.
Strange. I wonder what. He seems like he's waiting for something, and he's growing more nervous. The silhouette of New York. And look.
Ma io non ho capito, mo che devo fare? Tutto sto casino. Tahi, no tesoro, guarda. Ora non è il momento, veramente. Sì, ma quindi...
In the shower.
I found the secret
Oh, brilliant.
I'm working on a deal.
Yes?
I almost got caught in the Baroness's.
What happened?
I don't know. A man came in and I just had time to.
Maybe it was a steward who came to...
And turn on a tape recorder in.
Huh. Maybe it was Inch.
There was nothing on the tape. It was playing, but I didn't hear anything.
Don't bother your pretty little head about it. Swap the eye and hurry back.
I don't think your surprise will really surprise
Oh,
me.
lui però molto...
The secret compartment is secured with a combination lock.
Ci prova in
Is
tutti
there
i
any
modi.
way in?
Not without leaving evidence. I need the combination.
Huh. Are there any hints?
A memory aid consisting of several works of art. There are animals on the lock.
The works of art might hint at specific animals.
You don't say, genius. I've already got that far. About the
Vai,
combination.
vai tranquillo.
Yes.
Guernica. Sounds Spanish, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a city in the Basque region.
Does it have a heraldic animal? Or maybe the region has one?
I don't know. I've never been there. I just know it because the city was bombed by the Nazis during the Spanish Civil War.
Nazis? In the Spanish Civil War?
Oh, not officially, of course. At the request of General Franco, his friends from Germany reduced a defenseless city to ashes and rubble. Picasso immortalized the bombing in his famous painting.
Really? Is it on display in Spain?
Silly. As long as Franco is in charge, he won't allow that.
Where is it?
Oh, no idea. Paris, maybe? Picasso lived there for a long time.
Maybe doesn't help me much. Alberto Durero.
What about him?
What's his most famous work?
Hard to say. He did a lot. He was a pioneer of woodcuts and printmaking.
The Baroness left his monogram as a hint, not the name of one of his artworks. So there must be a painting that everyone associates with him.
Not to my knowledge. Although he did have a favorite motif.
And that was...
Himself. He made quite a few self-portraits.
That's it. The artist is the art.
Sounds logical. His most famous self-portrait is in the Prado in Madrid. I saw it with my own eyes 2 years ago.
Does Madrid have something like a heraldic animal?
Sure, it's a bear. It's on the coat of arms and all over the city.
A bear again? Like in Berlin?
Why not? The same numbers appear more than once on normal combination locks.
That's true. The bear then. That's it! 3 animals are all I need. I can guess the 4th. But I could try to find the 4th symbol anyway. Just to be sure. I'll be going. Don't waste all the hot
Un altro
water.
orso.
Never.
A deal?
Yes?
I've got the combination.
Ha!
I'm going to steal the eye now. When I come...
Hooray.
I'll be going.
Hurrah.
Don't waste all the hot water.
Never.
I'll humor the king of long showers. I don't know what... Oh, I could use... But...
Quindi ho la combinazione, parrebbe. Ok. Migliorare il piano di Inci, Patricia Meyers, Adil, indizi e prove. Sì, ma Ma dove sono scritti, scusami, i cosi? Indizi e proposite, qualche appunto? No. Piano di Nietzsche, il ruolo, il piano. No, fanculo, me lo ricordo. Aspetta, però hanno parlato di di una guerra.
Lady West,
Yes,
it must be exciting to meet all the world,
I stay away as far as possible from high society.
but some of them must be exciting.
They told him he's a genius so often.
But his paintings are impressive.
Well, it's certainly...
Didn't he have to...
Yes, from the fascists, but not just him. Many of his paintings as well. If I remember correctly, Guernica is currently on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. He bequeathed it to a future Spanish republic.
And until then it's...
Yes.
Ok,
Have
vedi.
you ever...
For the love of God, what would I do there? We have the original...
So, you don't know...
No, probably an eagle.
May I take my leave?
You...
Ok, lei ci ha detto appunto dell'aquila. E infatti non tornava che ci fossero due orsi.
Captain...
Yes?
An old seaman like you must surely have...
Aye, aye. My usual territory is... It's always a great moment when the...
You wouldn't happen to know the
No.
I'm gonna go have a look around.
All right.
Però io mi ricordo che c'era nel poster. Attenzione, il poster. C'era un poster qui con New York. Oh madonnina. Oh, mi si incarta la signora. No, non volevo. Non volevo scendere. Un po' con quanta calma. Io c'ho da fare e lei terapia comoda.
Okay, but there's the obligatory eagle. That can't be it, but look here. How cute. Guernica equals New York equals all four symbols. Now, I need to get back to the
Ho
Baroness's
bloccato anche
cabin.
l'obiettivo
The
raro
jewel is waiting for me.
di sapere tutti i cosi, i simboli. Top.
Okay, there's but Guernica all now.
Ma perfetto, ci dice la stessa roba. Andiamo ragazzi, andiamo a aprire quel dannato armadietto. Ah, mi fa male tutto. Ah. Oh, mi si è piantata, eh. Che buoni, pistacchi. No!
Oh my god. Baroness von Tribbets? Are you okay? Hello? Baroness? Hello?
No! No! Come? Ora che abbiamo tutti gli indizi.
Adele,
What happened?
the Baroness. Blood everywhere.
But who?
I don't know. Inch?
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't move. Zelna, up here. We've got our shadow. How are you?
I do nothing. Me crew.
Sure you are. What are you doing here?
Just fresh air.
Sure. You just wanted to get a breath of fresh air.
Eccoli,
Zelna,
arrivano.
look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Were you recently traveling via trunk?
Nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Oh, sure. And you obviously didn't attack me either, did you?
The Baroness won't open her door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert. We'll talk later, my friend.
Niente. E niente, ragazzi.
Did nothing.
Inspector Legrand
Io
thinks
non fare
otherwise.
niente.
Move.
But I have... Gunshot.
I know that. Get moving. Into the cell.
Ah.
Quindi lui già sapeva, cioè nel senso loro già sapevano che la baronessa era già lì morta prima che si sentisse il suono dello sparo. Mattino seguente.
Hello? It wasn't my fault.
What wasn't your fault? That you were walking around the ship? That you let them catch you? That you endangered the whole plan? That you endangered me?
L'è presa.
I didn't kill anyone. They arrested me purely by coincidence. They'll have to turn me loose in Cairo. I mean, someone was killed, weren't they? I heard a shot. Why won't you answer?
I'm having a conversation that you cannot hear.
What happened last night?
The Baroness was murdered.
Did you?
No. If it were up to me, she'd have had an accident in a couple of weeks. Instead, someone shot the old bat in the heart point blank.
Are we calling it off?
No. Mr. X is ready, and as her surviving representative, I should be able to move about freely in the museum. The old hag's death doesn't change anything.
Sì.
How did you get in here?
I'm more than capable of finding the entrance to a cargo hold. Indeed, it was child's play. It's not as though I had to crawl through ventilation shafts or anything so gauche.
So, what do we do now? I could escape and...
Swim to Cairo.
So, I stay here and wait?
They'll arrest you in Cairo and question you about the murder. Even if they don't throw you in jail, it'll take days.
And if we find the murderer, then they'd have no reason to hold me.
Oh, I'm one step ahead of you.
Nervous? I would be if I were you.
This Zelda chap wasn't part of the plan. I don't like it.
He's groping about in the dark. Legrand is the real problem.
Still, I'm going to take him out of the picture.
How?
Dr. Gebhardt killed the Baroness. A clever old man, but not clever enough to keep me from finding out.
So you just have to tip Legrand off, and then I'm as good as free.
That's what I thought at first, but then I thought, why waste the opportunity? I put Zellner on the trail of the good doctor. He'll drive Gebhardt into a corner, and when he lashes out in desperation, he might hit our Swiss friend. Maybe even Legrand, if we're really lucky.
You can't do that. The old fella's just doing his job.
And so am I.
Inch. Enough blood has been shed. Inch. No more deaths. Damn! I have to get out of here and warn Constable Zellner.
Yeah.
I guess this cage is some kind of detention cell for the crew. It's not the most impregnable prison in the world, but it's still a problem.
Mi piace farlo dondolare.
I didn't sleep a wink last night. All I could think of was Alex. It's terrible not knowing what happened. The blanket got caught on the nail. A board and a nail. Ugh, they're really spoiling me with this cup of metallic-tasting water. If I'm really lucky, they'll toss me a few crumbs of bread. I've seen movies in which the prisoners called their guards like this, but it wouldn't help. I can't explain the situation to the Bobby without endangering the whole plan. Huh. Lock looks pretty modern. Needs a small key, 5 pins. I could pick it with the right tools. Like everything else on this ship, the bars and hinges are showing their age, but they're still much too strong for me to kick the door open. A very simple construction. A metal bolt connects the door to the frame. It fits perfectly in the hinge. I can't pull it out, and my fingers are too fat to push it out from the bottom. It fits perfectly in the hinge. I can't pull it out, and my fingers are too fat to push it out from the bottom.
Ah, che dolore alla schiena. Bisogna un attimo impegnarsi,
I think it's working. Huh, one down.
Perfetto.
I'll hang it back on the frame, and if I'm lucky, no one will notice my escape.
Perché scappare dalla serratura quando poi può forciare direttamente i carboni? Unisco un attimo due pistacchi.
I assume that Deputy Oliver is still standing guard. He inspected the cargo hold this morning.
Ci si sente tra poco. Vai, vai, tranquillo. Buon appetito. Oh, ma perché no? Ma figurati. Ciao.
As soon as Constable Zellner and Inspector Legrand are out of danger, I'll slip back into the cell. They'll arrest the good doctor, and hopefully they'll turn a blind eye to a poor stowaway. Fire still poses a great threat to ships. There are fire alarms, extinguishers, and hoses everywhere nowadays. These hoses are pretty versatile. They'll do at a pinch if you can't smuggle climbing ropes into the building you're planning to rob.
crampo. Sono fatta malissimo.
Before I
Esamina
went to
l'auto.
London to become Inch's protege, Alex and I drove through the French Riviera in this convertible. It was a wonderful week, and on the cliffs near Toulon, I asked her to marry me. But this is no time for reminiscing. There's nothing in the car that might help me. Alex is playing her role as Patricia Mayers, and she can't keep anything suspicious with her.
Ok.
What's that up there? A grate. Sunlight shining through it. And above it, a bent pipe. This could be my way out. The bars are welded at 4 points. And unfortunately, they're not all as rusty as this one.
Ok, quindi c'è bisogno di qualcos'altro per aprire la grata.
What's this? Whoa, heavy. Everything's a bit bigger and heavier on a ship, pulleys included. And now? A ring set into the floor. You could attach ropes or chains to it. It's set into the floor to keep people from tripping over it. You could attach ropes or chains. It's set into the... There's no room for the hose if the pulley is on the hook.
Che casino.
No, that won't work. The hose... There's no room for the hose if the pulley... I don't think that was the solution to the puzzle. No, that doesn't make... No, that won't...
Ah no, forse ho capito. Che casino però.
I could do this all... I attached the pulley to the ring. You could hang a car from it, if the ship were upside down.
Ma guarda che casino che sto facendo per aprire una sbarra.
Here goes nothing. Louder than I expected. I hope no one noticed. With luck, I'll be able to warn the others about the doctor before it's too late. I tied the hose to the hook. No!
Ecco chi era stato.
Hey, you all right? That bastard didn't inject the fatal dose. You'll be back on your feet soon enough. Better take it easy while I... Oh, no! I'll be right back. Where are you?
Bastardo.
No! Why can't you just leave me alone? Stay there.
Just relax.
Why can't you just leave me alone? It is always the same old story.
What old stories?
I am a decent man. Why are you torturing me? I loved her. She betrayed me. It was her fault. I have blood on my hands because of her.
Lui amava la baronessa.
Are you talking about the Baroness?
She was her sister. I loved her. With all my heart. They were Jewish, you know? But I didn't care about that. I hid them when it became dangerous for them. I looked after them. I brought them food. I was a party member. And still, I hid her and her whole family.
You risked your life for a woman you loved. And 30 years later, you murder her sister?
I saw her swollen belly. I was so angry. He was one of them, you know? They just used me. I hid them, brought them food, and in return they laughed about me behind my back.
What did you do?
There are Jews hiding in the basement of the Waldhof. Armed Jews. We have to burn them out. And that's what they did.
Come down from there.
Why? So you can kill me?
I'm not gonna kill anyone.
Or pack me off to an Egyptian prison? Or an Israeli prison? No.
What do you expect? You had an entire family put to death.
I am a gentleman. And I expect that others... that they don't...
She didn't love you and was expecting a child by another man. And that's why you betrayed her.
It was her fault. She shouldn't have cheated on me. I saved her. I risked my life for her every day for 4 months.
And then you threw it all away and became a murderer.
I am not. I am...
Yeah, well, the dead Baroness in the ship's hold proves the opposite.
I had never met her. Back in East Prussia, she was the older sister, the smart sister. She studied art history in New York, tried to get her family out of East Prussia, but I was able to prevent that.
You say you loved her, and yet you wanted to deny her and her family a safe life.
They were safe. I protected them. It was for their sake that I joined the party. I had contacts. I wrapped them in my protective embrace.
You didn't let her escape because you wanted to keep her close to you.
She sent photos to her sister before the war. She must have recognized me yesterday in Venice. I certainly recognized her.
The Baroness was searching through her photos. That's true.
She couldn't get me during the war. And after the war, I disappeared. Gave myself a new name, a new resume, a new life. And then, suddenly, there she was. About to ruin everything.
So, she had to die.
I didn't want that. But she gave me no choice. Why did she have to stir up old ghosts?
All right now.
No. It ends here and now.
Why do you want to kill yourself?
Isn't it obvious? He can't bear his false, hollow life anymore.
Who are you? What do you want?
A man who understands etiquette and honor, and yet is nothing but a coward himself, who, because of wounded vanity, burdens himself with immense guilt.
Don't come any closer.
The Baroness held a mirror up to you, didn't she, Doctor? And you hated what you saw there, so you smashed the mirror. But the sins of the past are catching up with you now, aren't they?
No.
A scowl with empty eyes full of fear.
Stop it.
Oh, dear, you really know how to dampen the mood. I almost had him. And you? Aren't you supposed to follow orders? Are you not here to assist me?
I won't.
That wasn't a question.
I don't want any dead bodies.
The same old story. You want success, but you don't want to get your hands dirty.
Isn't the Raven famous for that?
I do what's necessary.
No!
No, no. What is it then? You wanted to jump anyway, or you should at least.
Inch?
I'm just lending a friendly hand. He's a coward. He needs a bit of motivation. Come on now, chop chop, jump!
You are the Baroness's butler, aren't you? I did not want to kill your mistress.
Oh, nonsense. Forgiven and forgotten, if you don't mind my asking.
There must be another solution.
Why are you doing this?
Nothing personal. Well, that's not entirely true. You're a miserable excuse for a human being, aren't you? But mainly, you're a means to an end. Your death will get Inspector Legrand off our backs.
The inspector? What do I have to do with him?
Your letter. The one in which you confess to being the Raven and to killing the Baroness because she saw through your ruse.
That's absurd.
Indeed it is. But people will believe almost anything if it suits them. The press will love it. Bold Inspector Legrand saves the day again. Interviews, medals, urgent telegrams from the capital. Our dear friend won't be able to escape the limelight. And by the time the commotion has ended, I'll be long gone.
You can't kill him.
Why not? He's a bastard, his death will help us, and he's a witness. If we let him go, we'll both go to jail.
All the same, we're not gonna kill him. You got us into this situation. And as long as I'm alive, I won't let anyone be killed in my presence.
No.
You can't kill both of us.
Oh, I think you'll find I can.
You can't kill me. You still need me. I have to do the dirty work for you in the museum, so you won't be shooting me. Or him.
Very well. You win.
What the?
Come morto.
Never speak to me like that again. Do you understand? I need you to steal the eye, but one day I could be overwhelmed by a feeling of hatred that will make me forget the eye. And there are worse things I could do than simply shoot you. I suggest you go back to your cell. You need to be fit for Cairo. I still have a confession to write.
The last act. The end of the Raven.
Mamma mia, che casino.
Part of me wants to abandon the whole plan and go back to Europe. What if something goes wrong and Legrand catches on? I couldn't bear it if something happened to her. I can't afford to slip up.
Mi glitchava la gamba.
Mr. Jamal, I'm glad you could make it.
Let's get this over with.
Still angry on account of the good doctor?
You disgust me.
You'll be rid of me in less than 2 hours, and I of you.
What happens next?
My diversion worked wonderfully. The press has laid siege to the French embassy, and Legrand won't be able to escape them. He should arrive in a few minutes with the safe, and then he'll have to answer ridiculous questions from reporters all afternoon.
That's why we're striking now.
A regrettable necessity. I would have preferred to make my grand entrance this evening at the Gala. But yes, we will strike as soon as the safe is in the treasure chamber and Legrand has left.
Have you already met your
Maud,
Mr. X?
sei
He's counting an
tornato?
envelope of unmarked bills as we speak. He put the blueprints under the statue of Imhotep.
Blueprints?
A sketch of the museum, not the kind you can get just anywhere. This one shows
Maud,
secret
ti sei
entrances,
perso.
basements and attic rooms that the
Abbiamo avuto lo
resistance
spiegone del
used during the
dottore.
war.
That's what it was about.
Get
Ora
the
te lo
blueprints.
racconto.
There's a basement below the treasure chamber. The entrance should be marked on the blueprints. Open it and give me a sign.
Come sei bello, come sei bello. Allora, cosa ti sei perso, Mod? Ti sei perso un botto di roba. Praticamente si è scoperto che il dottor Gebhardt era in realtà un medico nazista e la baronessa era ebrea e la sua famiglia era stata salvata dal dottor Gebhardt, era stata nascosta dal dottor Gebhardt, che era Fausta all'epoca, ok? Però era innamorato della sorella della baronessa, lui. Quando poi lei si è presentata col pancione, a un certo punto, lui si è incazzato e l'ha fatti scoprire, li ha fatti ammazzare. Sì. Motivo per cui il dottore ha ucciso la baronessa è perché la baronessa l'aveva riconosciuto e lo voleva andare a dire all'ispettore. E poi si voleva buttare dalla nave perché era tipo... era pieno di sensi di colpa e non ce la poteva fare a sopportare ancora, capito? E però il problema è che tipo è arrivato Inch e l'ha buttato di sotto dalla nave. Noi lo volevamo salvare, siamo stati noi a salvare l'agente Zellner, cioè Jamal. Cioè l'assistente praticamente. Che Inch è il corvo, noi siamo solo l'assistente. Però insomma avevamo detto non volevamo noi che morisse nessuno, invece lui insisteva a far morire gente. E ha ammazzato il dottor Gebhardt perché l'ha fatto cascare dalla nave. Da chi? Basta. No, grande cosa. Inch l'ha ucciso il nazista.
What's the next step?
You'll find out when it's time.
But... will there be more deaths here in the museum?
If you follow my instructions, no.
If people are in danger, I'll call the whole thing off.
I don't kill for fun, only when it's necessary.
Is it ever really necessary?
Sometimes. Revenge, for example, when one has been betrayed.
All right then, I'll pay a visit to Imhotep and we'll meet in the basement.
Good monkey.
Brava scimmietta.
Oh, and by the way, the museum is closed to visitors until tomorrow.
Then how...
You'll find a way.
Bene, ora dobbiamo trovare il modo di
I bet the
entrare.
craftsmen are nearby. If not in the museum, then somewhere around here. I bet the craftsmen are nearby. If not at... I hope the owner doesn't come back while I'm tampering with the truck. Craftsmen aren't known for their calm, sympathetic natures.
Grazie del riscatto, Mod. Compro.
The door is closed, and I don't want to break the window. Someone might... There's a tennis ball stuck on the tow hitch. Ah, people do that to protect the hitch and their trouser legs from the grease. Got it. Interesting. A fire ladder. Maybe I can get into the museum from the roof.
Mi sa che non si spinge.
Nope. The handbrake is on.
Infatti non c'è... No, e non può aprire manco la portiera. Ah, aspetta.
I have to improvise if I want to get into the museum. Oh, nothing. I never imagined... Do I need an umbrella, or could it help me get in...
Ho trovato un ombrello.
A rod like that could be useful.
Un'asta.
I could probably reach the
Un
door
attimo mi sono
lock with the
impigliato.
rod. But how's it supposed to catch hold? I don't want to crawl through stinking sewers just to get into the museum. There must be another way.
No, ho sbagliato. La cagnolina.
Who's a good dog? Yeah, who's a good dog then?
Bellina.
I like dogs. I had a border collie back home. Followed me everywhere. He was very old, but the most loyal friend you could wish for. I'd like to keep playing with the pup, but that's hardly going to get me into the museum.
Io voglio continuare. Vabbè.
Today, the museum is officially closed for preparations for the big Eye of the Sphinx exhibit. The Sphinx.
The museum is closed.
But there are visitors and
carefully selected by Director Mokhtar.
Is there any chance of getting...
For you?
Can you please let me? My ship sails tonight, and I can't leave Egypt.
Get yourself a shovel and head for the...
Never mind.
Better...
Bella sta cosa. Prendi la pala e vai nel deserto, potresti avere fortuna.
Yes, that might be just the thing. You want it?
Sì, magari non...
Yeah, you like that, don't ya?
Potrebbe essere l'idea giusta.
This little... Maybe I can somehow use that.
Come lo potrei usare come vantaggio, scusami,
Well, who wants to become an accomplice in a burglary? Yes, who wants to be an accomplice?
What are you doing? Come here, you... Stay away, you flea bag. Next time I'll wring your neck, even if it costs me my job.
You made yourself an enemy, pup. No, that won't work. I can't just... This maybe...
Come Come faccio? Ma come faccio? Devo riprovarci.
Stupid mutt! I'll get you this time!
Che movenze sta guardia. Guardala come sculetta. Cioè, fammi capire, devo fare tutto così. E lui non si accorge di niente. Non ho capito. Tutto bene? E l'ho scritto 2 volte. Grazie dei riscatti, ragazzi. Mi idrato subito.
Oh! What the hell? Ah! Ah!
This is my chance. This little... Maybe I can somehow use that to my... A
Scusa, ma non ho
thick
capito.
wire... No, that won't work. I can't just talk the guard into letting...
Non ho capito. Mi sta mancando qualcosa.
Maybe I can fish something up. Nothing. I can't even tell. It was worth a try.
Ma non ho capito. Ho scritto il nome sulla lista. Quindi...
The ladder is too high to... I guess they expect people to just fall the rest of the way. Doesn't seem like I can pull the ladder down. Nope. The handbrake is on.
Perché non può parlare, mondo?
A true jack of all trades.
Ah, ok. Ah, vedi, mi mancava un pezzo.
What's this? Wow.
Wow.
I'm afraid the painter discarded the overalls because he didn't want to walk around in sweat-soaked clothes all day. Ugh. But what the heck? I have no choice. A handsome man always looks good, and the disguise works.
Se mai volevo provare. Scusami, torna dentro. Mica posso fare solo questo. Ci stiamo prendendo del tempo.
The handbrake is... That should do it. There's a small room down there. Should be the museum's treasure chamber if my sense of direction is right.
Ah, vedi allora.
No sign of the Eye or Legrand. Shouldn't be much longer before they arrive. No sign of the...
Qui c'era addirittura la camera del tesoro, c'ha il tetto di vetro, io boh, guarda. Che rincoglioniti.
Cold. I'd be surprised if they needed to use it often in this climate. Nothing out of the ordinary. Someone scratched a triangle into the stone. Won't budge. Guessing won't get me where I need to be. I need to get the blueprints from Mr. X. According to Inch, they show the secret passage. Guessing won't get me where I need to...
Quindi devo andare a prendere la cartina? Allora, quindi qui ho fatto tutto quello che potevo fare, no? Devo trovare la piantina. Che carina la doghina.
Next attempt.
The museum is closed today. Come back tomorrow. Or are you one of the craftsmen?
Of course I'm a craftsman.
All right. Chamitz. Your company is not on the list.
But it must be on the list. My boss told me every...
And mine told me that nobody gets in. Bye.
No, pensate, dobbiamo rifare tutto da capo. Allora, fermi tutti. Ho capito. Vai. Vai e colpisci cagnolino. Felino.
Stupid mutt! I'll get you this time.
Terzo tentativo. Ce la possiamo fare.
Still burning.
Lui ancora da quella volta di prima. Oh, bellina. Ciao Pippa. Che carina. Ciao. Riproviamoci.
Weren't you just here?
I talked to my boss again. He said we must be on the list.
Your boss can come and see for himself. There is no Hamids.
Uh-huh.
My co-worker's handwriting. I can hardly make out a single word. Hamids. Ah, yes. Here. Here, put this on.
Ah, many thanks. The author's companion. She seems to be waiting for something. Maybe she's waiting for the safe too. I wouldn't have thought she'd be so interested in the jewel. The eye hasn't taken its place in the treasure chamber yet. I'd better not show my face there. The room is under video surveillance.
Ok. Perfetto.
I'm curious what points of entry Mr. X's blueprints will reveal. I think Inch paid dearly for it. He certainly seems to expect a lot from it.
Andiamo. Dobbiamo andare da Imhotep.
I better stay away from her. There's always a risk that someone observant might recognize me, and I bet that the lady...
Era qua giù, no, Imhotep?
Imhotep. All right, I've got the blueprints. And since I'm a craftsman, it won't seem suspicious if I study them. Here's the treasure chamber. There's another room beneath it. And here's the entrance, somewhere near the statue. And there seems to be another entrance that...
What are you doing there?
Huh? Oh, it's you.
What's going on? And what happened on the ship?
Everything is all right. I was able to stop the doctor.
What happened to him?
Inch.
You mean he...
There was nothing I could do. And he won't even tell me his plan. I'm supposed to get these blueprints and open a secret entrance to the basement beneath the treasure chamber.
A basement under the treasure chamber?
I didn't know about that before. Inch somehow heard about it, and Mr. X took care of the rest.
What's he planning?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Me neither. The blueprints show the basement below the treasure chamber, and two entrances. One of them is over there, but it seems to be closed.
And the other?
It's on the roof, and there are stairs from an attic down to the basement.
And how are you supposed to get into the attic?
That's the question. There's a small triangle here on the roof with 3 numbers next to it. 3, 6, and 2.
Some kind of code.
I'll have a look around. It'll be okay.
I wish I had your confidence.
It's time for the grand finale. Don't you agree?
Take care of yourself.
You too. A plan always seems much easier when you're just talking about it, doesn't it?
Yes, but not half as exciting.
Okay, I have to open the door to the basement. Let's go. The secret entrance to the basement must be behind the statue. It's well disguised. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gone undetected for decades.
Ma sì, è tranquillo.
I can't see anything. No cracks, no handle. I won't be able to open the door from this side. I'll try to get in through the roof, then take the... I can't see anything. I won't be able to...
Ok, devo andare su, via. Questa musichetta egiziana. Firi firi fi, firiri, firi fi, firiri. Me la sognerò stanotte. Tu nidi di baffi stasera, perché io nido di baffi in questi giorni. Ciao cagnolina. Andiamo su. Sempre immancabile Buffy, sì, Exeterus. Sempre immancabile. Allora.
The secret passage is somewhere around here on the blueprints. And so is the triangle scratched into the stone.
Allora, 3. Oh. Dov'è? 3. 6.
Good. Maybe this one. Huh. Strange. Maybe the order is wrong. No. No.
Era 3, 6, 2.
That's the same triangle as on the numbers 3, 6, and 2 are written next to it. I can't read anything else.
3, 6, 3, 6, 2 c'è scritto.
Aha.
C'è scritto lì, l'ha appena detto.
Huh. Strange. That's the same triangle. The numbers 3, 6, and 2 are written next to it. I can't read anything else. Aha. Huh.
Cosa dire, è sbagliato.
Nothing's happening. Aha.
No.
Huh.
Sto provando tutte le possibili...
Aha. Huh.
Ho provato 3, 2, 6, 3, 3, 6, 2, 6, 2, 3, 6, 3, 2. Tre, 6, 2. Ma è quella che ho fatto all'inizio.
Aha. Huh.
3, 2, 6, 3, 6, 2. 6, 3, 2. L'ho sbagliato. 2.
Aha.
3.
Huh. Strange. Maybe the... That's the same triangle. The numbers 3...
Allora, 2.
Aha.
3.
Huh. Strange. Maybe the order is wrong. Aha. Huh.
Si può uscire?
That's the same triangle. The number. The secret blueprints for the museum show a base. One entrance is in the main. The second can be reached via the. Hmm.
Due.
Aha.
3. 6.
Huh. Aha.
6. 3. Oddio, che
There we
palle.
go.
Ce
The
l'abbiamo
digits
fatta.
are written from right to left. In this part of the world, they read from right to left.
Erano al contrario. Sei troppo bella, dice Xitrax. Ma chi?
I'm in the
Ma dici
museum.
baffi?
Well, sort of.
Ah, sei troppo bella. Madonna, ragazzi, non leggo un cazzo, scusate.
The electrical cables don't seem like they were meant to be permanent. Probably they secretly tapped the museum's electricity. Maybe the bulb still works, but there's enough light shining through the holes in the roof. Old technical equipment. Inch said something about could have been a radio installation. Would have been the perfect place for it. That's tar paper, I think. Maybe it's recovering all those holes in the roof. A big heavy roll of rough tar paper, probably put there. A big
C'è altro? Non pare.
According to the blueprints, the stairs lead from the attic down to the secret basement.
Scendiamo le scale.
Pitch black in here.
Ho sbloccato un altro obiettivo, Discoverer. You have found the entrance, hai trovato l'entrata segreta.
Here we go. I think it's nothing. Here we go. Nothing.
Nothing.
The lamp was removed. You can still see the holes. The cable was cleanly. The lamp was removed. The cable.
Andiamo a prendere l'altra lampada.
I don't
Ne
need
può le
artificial
più.
light up here. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to just take the bulb. I didn't.
Ma come no?
A big heavy roll of. A big.
Sta carta tramata non me la dice buona. Ma come no?
Here we go. Nothing.
Niente da fare. Nothing.
I could connect the cables to each other, but I'd need to strip the insulation from the cables on the wall and the lamp. The lamp was the cable. I should be able to remove the insulation.
Oh, ma che casino,
I
è
could
proprio
connect the cables
dettagliato.
to each other, but I'd need to strip the. Okay. Plus and minus are...
Ma tanto quasi finito, non ti preoccupare. Allora.
Okay. I'll twist the wires from the lamp cord together with the wires from the electrical
Non ti
cable.
preoccupare. Comprensibile. Ah, finalmente siamo riusciti a accendere la luce.
Let there be... Damn! Something's wrong with the lamp. I think the contact is... I was right. The lower contact... The current can't flow properly, and sooner or later the...
Quindi? No.
The bulb is dirty. The contact on the...
Torniamo su. Io lo sapevo che dovevamo fare questa cosa. La guaina ci serviva.
Yes, I can use it to rub the rust off. That should do it.
Ce l'avevo fatta forse a mettere sta cazzo di lampadina di merda. Dopo 30 anni, 3 ore per mettere una lampadina.
One more try. There we go.
Oh, ce l'abbiamo fatta.
If it wasn't so dusty, I could easily imagine someone had been... What kind of stories could this room tell? According to the blueprints, there's supposed to be a secret door here leading in... Careful now. What the... What are you doing here? What if Inch sees you?
No.
I'm sorry. He caught me.
You and your little girlfriend. You thought you could go behind my back?
Inch, no.
You deserve to die, here and now. But then I wouldn't get the eye.
Don't hurt her, please.
We'll see. Get moving.
No, ma ragazzi. Praticamente è più fico la parte che non sapevamo.
Ah.
And now?
Cover to the chair.
No!
Patricia!
Ecco perché ce l'avevano letta la serie.
Enough! You have one and only one chance of getting out of this alive. Do what I tell you to do. Tie her to the chair.
You can put the gun down. I won't try anything.
I could choose to believe you, or I could keep the gun pointed at you and know that you won't try anything, if you'd be so kind.
It seems we underestimated you, Inch.
A fool's mistake. You should have known better.
Please don't hurt her. I beg you.
The handcuffs, now. Don't even think of trying anything. You're playing with her life.
Can't we... I'm sorry.
Sta glitchando tutto.
I love you.
Look at her. Remember this scene? If you try to screw me, then...
What's the next step? What's the plan?
Everything you need is in the bag. The eye will be delivered at any moment. You abseil from the roof into the treasure chamber.
And the display case's alarm system?
The alarm will go off, but I'll ensure that the only effect will be that the security barricades in the treasure chamber close.
How will you manage that?
Let me worry about that, just like the guards. You'll have several minutes to break into the display case and climb back to the roof.
And once I have the jewel, what next? By the time I get back to the roof, the museum will be surrounded by policemen.
Correct. Escaping from the museum is impossible.
That means I stay inside the museum.
There's a bag in the basement with food and water for you and your girlfriend. I'm sure you'll find a way to pass the time for a couple of days. The police will search the whole city for the eye, but not the museum.
And once the museum's open to visitors again, Patricia and I will walk out through the secret door in the main hall to our freedom.
I'll be watching you every step of the way. You'll deliver the jewel, and then we'll never see each other again.
How am I supposed to break into the display case? It's protected by bulletproof glass.
You'll find everything you need in the bag. A clever fellow like you will know what to do with it.
If we do everything you ask, will you let us go?
Inch è un piccolo bastardo.
Loser, but a generous
Cazzo, è il maggiordomo più stronzo che abbia mai visto.
How did you find out about our plan?
By chance, I must admit. I hadn't anticipated it. I didn't think that you'd build up my trust for months just to betray me.
You have to be patient if you want to steal the eyes of the Sphinx.
A virtue youth normally lacks. It's a pity we have to go our separate ways after this little incident.
I can hardly wait. Please, let Patricia go. You've got me.
A fascinating young lady. Clever, skillful, beautiful. What's she doing with a chap like you? Are you sure you're not just a pawn in her game?
Let her go.
As soon as you bring me the second eye.
The plan might work, I must admit.
The plan will work. You'll see to that, or she'll suffer the consequences. Let's go. The clock is ticking. I have to take care of the guards and the alarm system.
It'll all work out in the end.
I know. Take care of yourself.
If you should open this door without the Eye of the Sphinx in your bag, I'll shoot first and then ask what went wrong.
Bastardello.
You're not planning on letting us go, are you?
I need a scapegoat. Otherwise, the traitor would already be dead.
He doesn't understand because he doesn't think like you.
You messed with the wrong man, and now you have to suffer the consequences.
Completino?
Climbing equipment, including a rope, a cloth bag. Huh? A pack of gum. Why did Inch put a pack of gum in a cloth bag? That's all. Climbing equipment and a pack of chewing gum. I'm beginning to feel under-equipped for this burglary. Looks like I'll have to improvise. I can't stop thinking about her. I have a job to do. Everything will be fine. Nothing will go wrong. A good rope, and more than long enough to abseil down into the treasure chamber. I'll leave it there until I need it. This is the same climbing equipment that I wore for the burglary in London, only the mask is missing. Does Inch want to make sure that the security cameras can see my handsome face? A good rope. There's nothing else in the bag. I'll leave it there. I can see the treasure chamber. There are several people moving around down there. I think the eye is being delivered. A crank. Something for opening windows that are too heavy to move with your hands. Your new home. This window can be opened. Must be an entrance for the window washers and maintenance crews when they have to work up here in the cupola. There's a mechanism that opens the window. If I open the window, the piece of metal will move, breaking the circuit and setting off an alarm. Unless the guards have been notified beforehand, which is hardly an option in my case, I have to bypass the circuit. Only one piece left. What's this? Unless this is the most expensive chewing gum commercial ever, Inch wanted me to find the diamond. I'm sure it's not a reward for all my hard work.
Abbiamo la gomma da masticare, un incarto della gomma da masticare, diamanti e un sacchetto. Ok, vai. Puoi lasciare il lurk, per favore?
How's that supposed to work? The contacts are on the other side of the window.
Potresti lasciare
I
il
can't
lurk, per
reach them.
favore? Grazie del riscatto. Metti là, lasciamela, ma non penso la userò perché penso sia abbastanza simple, sì. No, Telegram, grazie.
How's that supposed to work? The contacts are on the other side of the window. I can't reach them. Somehow I have to get at the contacts of the alarm system and override the circuit. Only then can I open the window safely. The window washer should never have been allowed to leave the crank up here. Maybe I can use it. Somehow I have to get at the contacts of the alarm system and override the circuit. I can't cut any of the windows out of the frame, but this window has a rubber seal on the bottom and the sides.
Tranquillo, tranquillo.
The roof of the museum is now officially drafty.
Grazie mille. Oh, Dudo, riposati, mi raccomando.
Yes, the aluminum foil might bypass the circuit.
Vai. Ciao,
Darn
caro.
tight. I can override the contacts with the strip.
Grazie mille.
But I can't.
Ciao.
Oh, damn! I lost the strip. It would never have worked anyway. The gap was too small. I cut away as much of the seal as possible. I can't make the gap any... A good rope. Maybe the tap is meant to depressurize the water tank, or it's just a practical way for the window washers to get some... That tarp is covering something. Bucket, rags, probably didn't feel like carrying their equipment up to the roof every time. I don't need the squeegee. The bucket? This rag, on the other hand, I could wipe away. Inch said, I believe him. He wants the jewel. Until he gets it... Oh, cold. Dripping wet. I'm not putting it in my pocket. Okay, I'm in. And now back and forth and away we go. Got it. The wet rag is lying on the contacts. I think this crank will... Excellent. No alarm.
Mamma mia quanto bugga ogni tanto.
Okay, I don't see anyone.
Dai che forse ce la facciamo a finirlo, ragazzi, eh.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
I think I've seen enough here, but I'm interested in something else.
The camera covers the whole room, and I don't have a mask. Just have to hope that Inch knocked out the guard in the guard room. If not, he'll be on his way to check the camera soon. Here goes nothing. The camera is no longer a threat. Now or never.
Abbiamo sbloccato un altro obiettivo raro, Climber.
Someone could come back any moment, and then I'll have another problem. I need to hurry. As a visitor, I'd only have eyes for the jewel. As a burglar, though, I'm more interested in the bulletproof glass, about half an inch thick. There's no glass cutter that could do the job. I'll press the diamond into the chewing gum with the tip towards the window. The chewing gum holds the tip of the diamond right on the bulletproof glass. This cordon doesn't apply to burglars. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. No, no! He wants to lock me in. But why? He doesn't have the jewel yet. What is he... Oh, no.
Ci ha incastrato.
Oh, my head hurts.
Non è andata una giusta, ragazzi. Ho sbloccato un altro obiettivo che si chiama Walking Dead.
The sarcophagus protected me from flying debris. The ancient Egyptians knew their stuff. Constable Oliver, he's totally focused on the hole in... As long as I'm quiet. As long as I'm... Everything's destroyed! Bryce, nothing is sacred. This is the opposite of a Inch must have decided to do it the violent way. As soon as I would have died in the explosion and been this... I have to get back to the attic as fast as I can. I have to get back to...
He's up there, Robert. I know it.
Maybe. Go to the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zelna, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
I've got everything under control.
Sorry, Constable. He's unconscious. He'll wake up with a headache in a few minutes. There is no other way.
Porino, gli abbiamo anche una pietra nel capo se è buscato.
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness and the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
La resa dei conti,
it
ragazzi.
is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil. This could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
No.
No! Stupid little policeman. He shouldn't have messed with the Raven.
You aren't the Raven! The Raven would never have shot a defenseless old man!
No, he wouldn't have. But now he has. At least that's what everyone will think.
Why does that matter? Who are you?
We worked for him, for the Raven.
Lavoravo
My
per lui.
brother and I. He's responsible for my brother being shot and for my crippled arm. He sacrificed us.
Who? Who is the Raven?
I don't know. I never met him, and in all these years, I've never found him.
You don't know who you worked for?
No one knows who the Raven is. Some say he's dead. The fact is, he never returned to the stage after that fatal night in Paris.
So you want to lure him out of hiding?
And if anything can, it's the burglary of the century executed by another thief while using his name.
He doesn't come.
But I still got my revenge. The gentleman thief, now a bomb-throwing murderer. Oh, I do hope he is still with us, watching helplessly as I ruin his life's work, as he ruined mine. Enough chatter. I'll be going.
But why?
Your little girlfriend escaped, and if I can't eliminate all the witnesses, I can at least destroy their credibility. Why did you just shoot poor Constable Zellner, lad? They'll hang you and your accomplice. Ha ha ha!
No, vabbè, ragazzi.
You've met your match, Raven. You hear me? Wherever you are, I beat you.
Good evening, Mr. Inch. The eyes of the Sphinx, if you would be so kind.
You? That's impossible!
The jewels, now! Inch, don't move a muscle. You're under arrest.
No. Sono rotti. Ma come fanno a rompersi, scusa? Dovrebbero essere duri? Boh. Sono semplice io.
A master thief who stole 2 cheap fakes and then fell to his death.
Perché erano
A
falsi?
shot that no one could explain. But for the newspapers, it was the real jewels that were the heart of the story. The eyes of the Sphinx, reunited in the Egyptian Museum.
What kind of game is this?
The Raven's game.
At least you caught him. Again.
I saw the surprise and the anger in Inch's eyes. He knew he'd been played.
You don't mean...
At first they wanted us to believe that it was Gebhardt. And now we're supposed to believe that it was Inch. He's still out there.
So then, who is the Raven?
C'è davvero il corvo.
Hello there, handsome devil.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Don't! My father will be here any moment.
Did you tell him about our engagement?
She did. I almost slipped out of character.
Oh, Daddy, we all know that would never happen. You were Anton Jakob Zellner through and through, even with the world crashing down around you.
Didn't go too badly, did it?
Well, Inch nearly blew us up, and I was almost charged with murder.
Ah, yes. Exciting, wasn't it? I haven't had fun like that since I retired.
Dr. Gebhardt nearly killed you.
Nobody could have suspected the doctor. At least we managed to clear things up quickly.
I would have preferred it if things went according to the old plan. We would have swapped the jewel aboard the ship, and Alex wouldn't have been kidnapped by Inch.
And I'd have preferred it if you hadn't given me a nasty bump on my noggin.
And what would your excuse have been for staying on board if I hadn't? Hey, I improvised.
Good point.
I was afraid Inch would realize you were wearing a bulletproof vest.
He was too confident. After he foiled your plan, he thought he had everything under control. He never really took a look at the emerald in the display case. He just assumed that they shipped the real jewel from Switzerland.
And after my little tussle with Inch, we had both jewels.
He blew half the museum to smithereens just to steal a fake.
He was always rude and insolent. I never should have worked with him. His double-dealing cost his brother's life.
And his own as well.
I'd still rather see him in jail than in a morgue.
He shouldn't have messed with the Raven.
To your retirement.
To the future.
Ma stiamo scherzando? Ma che diavolo? Quindi l'agente Zellner era il corvo, la signorina e il tipo erano miei subordinati, ma è anche il fidanzato di mia figlia. Cosa succede? Il grande ci sta uscendo di testa.
Finally. Dear Nico, the Raven
is dead. Yet other criminals live, and they are more brutal and ruthless than he ever was. Who will stop them? It would be tragic if a good policeman failed to do so because he was hunting for a dead man and ruining himself in the process. Let the dead rest in peace. They are not coming back.
R.
Io non ho parole. Abbiamo sbloccato un altro obiettivo. Detective avanzato. Master addirittura. Minchia, siamo bravissimi. Che dire, ragazzi? Che dire? Non me l'aspettavo. Avevamo tutti fatto delle teorie che erano sbagliate. Mamma mia, ragazzi, cioè, praticamente a 3 ore l'abbiamo finita. La partita avrei presa al punto in cui l'avevi lasciato l'ultima volta, ok. Raga, che dire? Che dire? Vediamo dove ce l'ha caricata l'ultima volta. Ah sì, questo è l'ultimo volta, giustamente. Sì, Pondolo, guarda, stavo staccando ora, abbiamo finito questo gioco, è stato un trip assurdo. Come stai, caro? Rimango 2 minuti per salutarti. È stato un trip. Meglio tardi che mai, vero? Meglio tardi che Mario, diceva qualcuno. Sì, 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 concordo, concordo. È un piacere averti qui. Era un pezzo poi che non ci si sentiva. Niente, sto gioco è stato un trip assurdo. Un trip assurdo. Vedi che silenzio assordante adesso. Tornerò a seguirti più spesso ora che ho passato dialettologia. Oh, spero sia andato tutto bene. A parte se mi dici che l'hai passato tutto a posto. Sono stato impegnatissimo con quell'esame. Beh, capisco, è comprensibile, non ti preoccupare. Da ottobre a giovedì scorso. Ma infatti avevo notato che non c'eri più stato. Ma l'importante è che sia per una cosa che hai superato e che sia andata bene. Sono contenta per te. Procede tutto bene, spero. E... puh, perfetto, sono felicissima. Ora io vado a cena. Dai, prossima volta lo prima, tranquillo, vai. Tanto non so se... Sì, ti arrivano Sì, ci sei sul server, quindi ti arrivano le notifiche. Non ti preoccupare, comunque grazie che sei passato, anzi, mi ha fatto strapiacere rivederti e risentirti in chat. Ehm... Sì, sì, ma poi io ho anche la campana, allora perfetto. Sei top, allora, Pondlo, via. E niente, cerco qualcuno a cui fare raid, ragazzi. Io vi ringrazio a tutti per avermi seguito, per aver seguito questo diavolo di gioco con questo finale assurdo. E niente, noi ci rivediamo domani, forse non ci sono, perché mi prendo un giorno di pausa, ultimamente sono un po' stanca. Andiamo da The Prould, che ha fatto, povero, ha fatto un incidente, il secondo piccinino. Andiamo a sopportarlo. E niente ragazzi, vi mando un bacino affettuoso e tanti abbracci. Spero che passiate una buona serata. Alla prossima.